Where did you meet this lady?
I forget.
On
like
the street, bro.
It was like at a train station, maybe some shit. I don't know.
Probably the try.
She needed help, and I helped her.
Yeah.
She had to have been somewhat attractive, because there's no way. Oh my God, I knew it. I fucking knew it, bro.
That's Phil.
I help people.
Right?
I help people.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 42. Phil,
Stackhouse,
AJ, and then Easy in the building.
What's up? What's up?
the second best thing to come out of
Easy or easy?
Yeah, Easy.
Now we just hey yo tell people what's up.
What's up?
There you have it.
That's all.
That's
all
it.
That's the episode.
I was gonna say the second best white boy or white person to come out of Kentucky.
Who's
Jack
first?
Harlow, number one.
Jack Harlow, number
Absolutely.
one. Easy, number two. Wait, what did we say? Colonel Sanders? Is he from Kentucky?
He is from Kentucky.
All right, so he number
It's
three.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Zach.
Colonel Sanders is from Kentucky.
Yeah, so
And
Eric
I'm not related to either one of them, just to let you know.
That's what's up.
Common
So
myth.
Eric, I feel like Phil can give a great explanation on who you are, how we know you, where you hail from. Phil, go ahead.
Oh man, put on the spot.
Yeah, man.
All right, so this is the homie E, Eric. I hired him actually.
Yeah.
So when I came to Florida 10 years ago as a grad assistant, we needed a marketing assistant, and then I interviewed Eric, and it was between him and this other white girl, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
we actually went
talking to the mic.
Yeah,
Phil.
Oh, so it was between him and this other white girl.
we actually went to the same school together too. So like we were friends competing for the same job.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I actually thought both of them was weird, but I thought Eric was less weird. So,
He told me that after my interview too.
I thought he was less weird, so I was like, all right, you got the job, man. And then we started working together, and then early E was in like transitional stage, I like to put it. Because, you know, coming from Kentucky going to Florida, that's a big culture
South
shock.
Florida,
South Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you working with predominantly black guys. Like, you're around predominantly black dudes. And
Yeah.
like very hip-hop culture.
And the thing is, it's not like you was from like big time Kentucky, like Lexington or Louisville or something like that.
Butler, Kentucky.
Yeah. So
California, Kentucky.
Small town
Population
Kentucky.
90 people.
Yeah.
90? I did not know that.
90 people.
y'all got like one stoplight or some shit like that.
Something like that, yeah. Well, to give you an idea,
But even
like,
still, like Lexington is not very like mixed population
still-
wise.
it's not.
Yeah.
But when I went off to college in Kentucky, I was impressed because Bowling Green had 2 Walmarts, and I thought that was big city living. Like I'd made it,
Yeah.
and then I moved down here, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
It was a good time though.
So back to transitional stage, Eric.
Yeah, so in the beginning, like, man, I think we hit it off pretty early.
Yeah.
Like, we was just cool. And we would go out with Eric, and I don't know, he was just finding himself. So I think being around me and, like, us clicking a bond, I would tell Eric, like, yo, I feel like you holding back. And he's like, what do you mean? No, it's like,
What do you mean,
it's
huh?
like true story, because he's country as hell at the time. He's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? I'm like, I feel like you not yourself. And he's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, bro, be your authentic self.
Yeah.
And Eric could probably explain that better than I could.
Well, I had a closet full of plaid shirts. That was by going out. Whether I wore
Yeah,
plaid
yeah.
Country boots.
and country boots and basically blue jeans to fit over the country boots. That's
So I feel like yes, I knew you when you got to FAU. Phil knew you probably a little bit better because he was around more, but I feel like I don't even really know pre-FAU Eric. Like, did you?
Oh no, and that's exactly the same thing I was thinking. I didn't want to interrupt Phil, but I was like,
Yeah.
what was Eric like as a kid? Like, cause
Yeah.
I just have him as soon as he got to FAU, boom, and he's
Yeah.
changed so much. I mean, he said he's changed so much, or he
Yeah.
has, but we've only known him to just like, I don't know what it was before then. Like,
So
you know?
you just said you had a closet full of plaid shirts, and obviously you being from Kentucky, I just imagined every redneck dude, bent build, trucker hat, pocket full of dip,
Yeah.
got boot cut jeans with boots on.
I mean,
So was that you before? Did you even listen to rap music
without
before?
I mean, no, I listened to rap. Like, so I was telling Phil last night, first rap I ever heard was Juvenile, like back in middle school. And I
Okay.
was like, this isn't George Strait. I like this. Thank you.
Oh, my
Appreciate
bad.
that. And I'm like, this is all right. So I started
Yeah.
listening to that, and I started liking rap. And I was listening to that all throughout middle school, high school, through college, and then when I got down here, I remember like actually we'd go out to these different tournaments and stuff, and we'd go out afterwards. I'd be talking rap with you guys, and you're like, "What do you know about rap music?" I'm like, "That's all I listen to."
Yeah.
And then the first time I really went out with you guys was actually Tatiana's 21st birthday.
Oh yes,
You
I
remember that?
vividly remember that. Yeah.
And I went out and I was like, "All right, Eric, you're going out to Fort Lauderdale. Don't wear plaid. Wear something like expand your portfolio. You got this." And so I was like, "Solid colors it is." And then I was like, that I was down here, I'm like, "I like this. This is the culture." And I started growing out my hair and
You got to
it
be.
didn't have the buzz cut anymore. I got rid
Facts.
of the buzz cut, which is huge.
Thank God you got rid of the
Yeah,
buzz cut.
no, that was bad.
That's bad. That was real bad. Yeah, it was.
Started going to an actual barber instead of just doing it myself, which was also really impressive because that looked horrible.
Yeah.
So then I just kind of started transitioning into what I am today, and somebody helped me get my confidence up.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's what I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you really found your swag down here, and it's crazy, like watching you grow.
Yep.
It has been.
Like
It
it's been
definitely has.
wild
Second
because
he's
like
upset.
Eric has some of the wildest stories in terms of like just
Well,
come ups.
that's from being around you is part. Well, actually, no. Eric does. Sorry, he does have wild stories. Now that I think about it.
That's it's
Yeah.
not me related though. Like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. Is it me related? I don't know.
Depending on which stories it is, like
Yeah.
Florida, a lot of Florida stories probably have you tied into them. Pre-Florida stories, just because I've always never said no to doing something. I just do it, and
Yeah.
if it's a fun time, great. If it's a bad experience, all right. Like the time, I think I told you all this one, but the time that a girl tricked me on going on a 3-day camping trip with her as like a first date, and I thought like,
I never heard this
know, I
story.
never heard that
God,
story
yeah,
either.
she took me to a dude ranch up in Central Florida, and I thought we were like, I told her I like camping. She goes, "I'd love to go camping. Let's go on a camping trip." I'm like, "Great." So she took me to a dude ranch.
What's a dude ranch?
It's like cowboys and shooting guns and like
Yeah,
rodeos, and it was not my scene at all. But I remember I got really mad, and she was like, "Yeah, so I really don't drink, and I don't like to do this." And she was very involved in church. I'm like, "Well, I like to drink, so I'm going to go to the Dude Ranch General Store and buy a 12-pack of beer and spend the weekend drinking." And that's what I did. But I was
Dude
just
ranch.
stuck in this random dude ranch for, like I said, 3 days, and she drove, so I couldn't even get myself home. So, like, we listened to Disney radio on the way up, Disney radio on the way back,
That sounds awful.
and then I never spoke to her again once I got back and got to my car.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you
sorry.
were stuck
you're
with her for
good.
3 days.
It was really uncomfortable,
That's
but
crazy.
So I'm assuming here, but I'm thinking another big change that happened when you moved to South Florida was you started dating black girls. Did you date any black girls when you were in Kentucky?
no.
Wait, did he know any? Like,
Yeah.
that's a better question.
They might have had one in his school.
No. Well, usually people kind of just stay off to themselves, like,
Yeah.
and so I didn't really get to enter like mingle with other cultures either. And I remember one time I did have this friend named Chad. He was actually in one of my classes with me, and he was like one of my few black friends at Western. And he was like, "We're gonna go through your Facebook and see how many black people you actually know." And that was like 6.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This is embarrassing. How do you?" And he was like,
Yeah.
asking me how I know him, and I was like, "We had a class together." And he's like, "So I'm your only black friend. This got to change." And,
Yeah.
And then when I first moved down here and I started posting pictures like going out and stuff, he was so happy. He'd be like the first one to like every single picture. He's like, "Oh my gosh, man, not surrounded by white people anymore. So this is awesome."
Whoa.
Now look at you. Oh, almost your best friend's black now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
That's
all,
wild.
all your friends black. You just enthralled in black culture now. You got the chain hanging out. He's done come a long way
Got
from
on the Toby Nwigwe shirt.
Yeah,
Try
for
him,
real.
don't try Jesus. Like try Jesus, don't try him.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, but-
Florida got you, bitch.
I mean, Florida, and like, those things I always loved. Like,
Do you
always,
think it was Florida though, or was Phil and who you were surrounded by a big part?
I think Florida was it, but also I think, being around Phil and being around you guys, but also just the melting pot. It's there's a lot more cultures in South Florida than there is in Kentucky, and
That's facts.
in Kentucky it's usually there's a few different cultures, but down here you've got people from all over the world down here, and you've got them from the Caribbean, you've got 'em from South America, you've got them everywhere. So you're learning different cultures, you're learning different ways to dress, and I mean, you basically get to have fun and be yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, so I mean, so what was it? What was it like for you when you first got down there? Because you went from Butler to Bowling Green, so still very similar. And then, like, I feel like I have never had culture shock because we have them all here.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
so when you go somewhere else and it's way different, it's not like too crazy.
Well,
But
it helps because I did my internship outside of Boston before moving here, so
Okay.
I like had 3 months in Boston area, which kind of helped you get like a better vibe of like big cities. And then when you move down here, you kind of just got thrown into it. Like you just didn't really know what to expect. And I mean, luckily, like it was Boca. It's not like I was in. I remember I was looking at school in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
it's not like I was in downtown Atlanta or I was down in Miami. But
Could you imagine?
Could you
Eric?
imagine going to Atlanta, bitch?
Imagine Eric the way he is now, like going to Boca. Like if he would have been in Atlanta,
Bruh, folks would have
he'd
been
have been
tatted.
Malibu's most wanted.
He'd have been snapping.
Eric, Eric
He would've
hollering at
been-
every chick. I mean, he definitely still would have been dating black girls. Like, hey, yo, shawty.
I'd
Goddamn.
have been dressing like I came out of a Migos video.
Exactly.
Because they still kind of sound country up there too.
For
so.
real.
But no, I mean, even my accent's always going to be there. But I just realized I like the South Florida culture. I liked just, like this is the style I like. Short sleeve shirts, button downs, T-shirts, just.
Facts.
And like you're a little flashy, but you don't have to be super flashy. And I think being in Boca was good because you got like a good experience of it, but you're not like in Miami all the time. That's a whole nother lifestyle. But honestly, I just really expanded and grew in who I am and built the confidence up and just had fun. And now people back home, they're like, I don't know who this guy is. Like this isn't the guy you went to school with. Like, where's your plaid at? And I'm like,
Are they saying
Where's
that like
your
in a negative and hating type of way?
No. I think the people who like you went to school with who really don't know you, they're always kind of shocked. They're just like, man, like you've changed so much. But your family's kind of like, huh? Like that everybody thinks something different. Some people think like you're looking for attention. Some people think whatever. But I'm like, just like this is just who I've always wanted to be, and I finally was able to be it
Facts.
with less judgment.
Well,
That's
we
how it is in the
glad
culture,
that
bro.
you comfortable now. We glad that you in our life.
Mm-hmm.
We glad that you are first white guest on the pod.
Made it.
Is it really?
I made it. Yeah.
Eric is the first white guest.
That's lit.
Yeah.
I thought I'd add a little diversity.
exactly. All right, we ready to get into these topics?
Let's get into the shit.
All right, so we just got off of fashion and style, but this past week it was New York Fashion Week, and we also had the Met Gala. Of course, during the Met Gala, well, the Met Gala, for those that don't know, it's a charity event, correct? Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
pretty
even
sure
know
it's
the
a
details.
charity event. From what I heard, it's like $30,000 for a ticket.
They're raising money for the
Yeah.
for the Met Art Museum.
Okay, got you. So every year you have celebrities wearing crazy ass outfits, some cool. I mean, in everyone's eye, like that individual's eyes, they probably always think it's cool, but from the outsider point of view, it's like, damn, what the fuck are they wearing? But I usually like the outfits, but do y'all have any outfits that really stood out to you that you liked that you didn't like?
I'll go with the one that I did like, and I'm going to represent this because he's from Kentucky, like you said, Jack Harlow.
Yeah,
He had the, I think it was the green Tommy Hilfiger on.
yeah,
And the reason I liked it was, I don't know if y'all heard the story behind that.
I didn't.
But so Jack Harlow's grandpa grew up across the street from Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh wow.
And when Tommy Hilfiger FaceTimed him asking if he would represent him at the Met Gala, he was like, yeah, but like, real quick, do you remember living across from my grandpa? He's like, yeah. He's like, we were good friends. I could see his house from my front door.
Yeah.
So he was like, it was such an honor to be able to represent
That's
Tommy
crazy.
Hilfiger.
That's crazy.
And it was like kind of representing my grandpa at the Met Gala, which was pretty cool. So I liked Jack's outfit.
Yeah, his from what I remember, and I'm trying to pull it up now, but I thought his was kind of basic, not anything like too crazy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean his wasn't like.
It wasn't nuts or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, exactly.
ASAP Rocky's was hilarious.
ASAP's, yeah, with the cocoa or Captain Crunch looking blanket. Yeah. His was cool. And I'm not trying to say this because of Phil.
Chano?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Lil Nas X, his was pretty fire, bro.
Yeah, so he went through like 3 different changes too.
Yeah.
Which outfit did he have? I don't know.
Well, he had like this big
The
cape type thing. Then he took that off. I forgot what was like underneath that, and then underneath everything was like this gold.
robot, right?
Like Iron Man suit almost. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like a giant One Piece thing. I don't even know what to call it, but
And that's what you liked.
yeah, I thought it was pretty fire.
Yeah.
Kim K's was fire too. Everyone was hating on her, but I thought Kim's was pretty dope.
I didn't see what she had.
Would you hear the rumors that it also wasn't Kim?
Yeah, I
underneath
heard
there,
that,
or
but I
just-
feel like it was definitely
Yeah, I
Kim
think it
under there.
definitely was. But
I don't know if it was Kanye under that, but
Zoe Kravis's was lit.
oh
I
yeah,
like Chance's
yeah,
fit.
yeah.
No real Chicago shit.
Chance, I didn't even see
I
Chance.
didn't see chances.
Real Chicago
What was
shit.
What was he wearing?
It was like it was just a blazer that had like a lot of old Chicago styles on it.
Mm.
I'm gonna see if oh, okay, yeah, his is cool.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. And then
I
always
like-
got the 3 hat on.
For that, I just like simple style,
Yeah.
simple but sleek.
What do y'all think about AOC?
Tax the rich.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
one was-
everyone was calling her a walking contradiction and a hypocrite, but I mean, I really don't care that much.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of ironic to wear, to go to a rich event,
Yeah.
say tax the rich, but it says part of her message, but I also think it's just,
But the
yeah.
irony of it, though, you wear that to the Met Gala.
yeah.
You have to pay $30,000 a plate for a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And then when they pay the $30,000, that's not tax. That's gonna be a tax deduction.
I mean, her reason,
Which
her,
is, it's like
Yeah.
whoever actually bought these plates are all using it as tax deductions.
her,
So
re-
you're not even taxing them.
her reasoning,
That's
though,
what I'm saying.
is
So also tax them.
because
Additionally,
she's a representative of New York. She said she got the ticket for free. 'cause
Yeah,
they
I was gonna
always
say
invite
I
political
highly doubt
figures.
that she paid for that.
So I
ticket.
doubt she paid for anything, but still, it's just kind of like,
I'm not saying she.
Yeah.
and it's
I
also
don't think
it's
she
also a
personally paid
fundraiser
for
too.
it.
It's not
Yeah.
like it's not like they bought a ticket just to be like just a hey I'm showing off kind of thing.
Yeah. The only outfit I saw that I didn't really like, and I love her, is Naomi Osaka. Like I thought
That
hers
shit was ugly.
Yeah, I thought hers was kind of butt.
Buns.
yeah.
All right, anything else on that? Or we ready to move
Justin
on?
Bieber had a pretty interesting one. Looked like it came out the 90s.
I didn't even see Biebs.
Like super baggy tux.
Well, actually, I do think I saw Justin, but I don't remember. Let's see if I could pull it up. Oh yeah, it was just his is kind. I mean,
Buns.
the concept is cool. If the pants would have been a little bit,
Execution is bad.
Yeah.
yeah. I like the top though.
Yeah, execution's awful.
Yeah. But all right, moving on. So next topic. So the testimonies of the U.S. women's gymnastics team with Larry Nasser. So how long ago did this initially come out? Maybe like
I don't know when it initially
yeah.
came out, but I guess the first accusations by the USA team was like in 2016 or something.
Yeah.
And then he was able to like retire, resign, and then just get another job at Michigan State University
Yeah.
without any like repercussions or anything, right?
Yeah.
People even knowing. And
So
then-
what were the initial allegations again? That he was like touching them, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
molesting them, like, and they were children at the time too.
yeah.
They're
So
like minors
Larry
too.
Nasser was the gymnastics coach of
Yeah.
these girls. So
Well, and parents were entrusting him to take care of them. And that was the big thing behind it too, was not only were they kids, but he was like their guardian when they're on the
Exactly.
Right,
road,
when
and
they're
he
on-
was-
yeah.
yeah. And
exactly.
he was taking advantage of vulnerable situations. And
Yeah, I mean, you guys can, I mean, people can go in and listen to the crazy stories. Like I went through like almost like a rabbit hole of it, just
Yeah.
seeing like how many people too. It was like hundreds of people, because there's like,
You're
I think
saying there's
Michigan's,
hundreds of people that he touched?
yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
hundreds of people.
Because you gotta think he was the team doctor for like 20 years. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
the
it was,
he's the team doctor,
So he-
and he's
he-
also at Michigan. Like after you do that, you're world renowned,
Okay.
kind of like.
So he was the team doctor, not the coach.
yeah, the team
Okay,
doctor.
so I was wrong
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
So he was
yeah.
the team doctor.
but he was
Oh,
the
I
one
didn't
that was
hear
like
that.
giving the physicals and making sure they're, so he is.
Oh yeah, so that's that's
Yeah,
even more
crazy,
like
unfettered
Yeah.
access. Like
both are sick, but
right.
definitely as a medical professional,
hmm
Jesus
Even more
Christ.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, and it went down to like kids as young as I don't even know how young, but like 6 years old, I think was the youngest and stuff too.
Well,
And then I don't know if it was 6 years old, but there was this one girl whose story was that Larry Nasser befriended her parents or something when she was like 6, and he was always like this great person to her
Yeah.
and stuff, and then started doing stuff to her, and then when she told her dad and her parents, they didn't believe her because he had known them for 5
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
and he's like, no, like whatever, and then like she would tell him over and over like it's happening or whatever, this happened, and what happened? oh yeah, then she started like detaching from her family, like separating herself.
Yeah.
Then when the other allegations came out and like it was like a whole bunch of other people that it was happening to, her dad ended up committing suicide.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he tried to like rekindle the relationship and like, all right, like I like messed up and stuff, and I don't know, I think it was just too much for him. He committed suicide. Another girl committed suicide eventually because of, so it's a bunch of like crazy stuff.
Jeez, man.
And then, I mean, even Simone Biles, I think she was like tied up in that as well because
Yeah.
she dealt with them. And
Yeah, and all these people talking about, oh, you can't, like during the like she was the last known, not last known, but like the last person that was like a survivor of this or whatever,
Yeah.
and that was like hanging over her the entire time because she knew part of the reason. I mean, I think she said in her statement, part of the reason why she went was to like just be strong for
To say like gymnastics.
Yeah.
They just
yeah,
gonna
and
disband all of them.
still bring attention to us to it, knowing that this was coming up. So
That's insane. So outside of that, was there like any other interesting stuff that was said during the testimonials?
I mean that the FBI ignored them, like they and like tried to shove away like their testimonies and stuff and like falsified, what was it? Like her I guess allegations at the
Yeah.
time, but the reports and whatever her statements were like changing them and stuff. So it's kind of crazy see how far high up and went, and then what the reasons were. And I mean, we don't know the reasons. They're gonna do another investigation into like the actual government agencies and
yeah.
the governing bodies, but
That's insane, man.
yeah.
People need to stop being sick, stop being pedos, all that shit.
Hey man,
Stop
death to
being a freak.
pedos.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on, not to abruptly change topics off something so serious, but I saw that there is a company that has 15 mil, which I definitely don't think is enough money, that is trying to get woolly mammoths out of extinction.
I saw that.
Like, for what? Why do we need
Why
woolly-
not?
Put it in a zoo, make money.
Why not?
So you're just gonna bring
Science.
them back to put them in zoos? That's so
I don't-
stupid.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Put them in zoos, but like just see what they. I mean, they might be able to do that and help. What is it? Species that are dying or becoming extinct now.
One of the comments I saw on that, somebody was like, yeah, so at the peak of global warming, let's bring back something that can only live in the Arctic climate.
Yeah,
So,
that's actually a very good point.
yeah, they're like, that's what we need to do is bring back the woolly mammoth. It's going to die because it's going to get overheated.
Yeah.
You're gonna
So,
bring it back. It's just he's gonna wake up and
Yeah.
then pass out.
Yeah,
yeah, they won't be able to survive unless they're just on ice all the time.
They're gonna have heat
Yeah.
exhaustion.
But from what I remember, like seeing in textbooks, aren't woolly mammoths like way bigger than elephants?
They
Like,
are.
Yeah.
They're
Why-
bigger than elephants and they're just covered in hair.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, if they put them in zoos, which isn't what I would want, but I also don't want to be driving on I-95 and then all of a sudden I got to swerve out the way because there's a woolly mammoth.
You can't swerve out the way. It's just there. You
Ain't
gotta
no
stop.
swerving. You hitting that.
Yeah, facts, man.
Well, we
That's-
also saw a movie one time called Jurassic
Yeah,
Park.
exactly.
And we know what happens when you bring prehistoric things back, and it doesn't end well.
But 15 million does not sound like it's enough money to bring back an animal.
Nope. I don't think it is.
Really?
Who knows?
I feel like that would be enough.
Maybe they're just bringing woolly mammoths back for sustainable meat.
Yeah.
But you buy a house in Boca, and that's 15 million.
Yeah. I feel like 15 million might be enough to bring one back, maybe. But
Nah,
from
you gotta bring one.
from the article, it sounded like they were trying to bring them back
Did they ever say why they want
and
to do
thriving. I don't know.
it? Did they have like their reasoning behind it?
'Cause
Niggas
why
be
not?
bored. Your people be bored out here, Eric. That's why.
That makes sense. Damn white
Oh
people.
God.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so
Gee
moving on.
It's always the white people.
Gee Willikers, Batman.
So I saw this. I'll just read you the thing. Teen gets a USB stuck in his penis, so it wasn't just like a USB, but it was like an iPhone charger type
Oh,
looking
okay.
thing stuck in his
Yeah,
penis
you a freak, man.
in a botched measuring attempt.
What?
How, Sway?
Was he going? Was he measuring it through his pee hole?
Exactly.
he
Never
going?
in my life.
So he was using the cord to measure.
I don't know how that was his excuse. I mean, I'm not gonna say everybody, but majority of little boys at one point in time have measured themselves because everyone's like, oh, I'm
I
this.
feel like
big.
most men have measured.
Yeah,
themselves.
exactly.
Not even little boys, just most men in
Just
general.
men.
Well,
You kind of want to know what you're working with.
Well,
and
when
it-
you saying men, that makes it sound like are you still measuring yourself at this day and age, Phil?
Nah,
At
because
30?
I know my measurements.
Okay.
I'm not
So-
growing after you get to a certain.
Do you continue to grow? Is it like a hair thing?
Like if I'm about to get a second puberty, maybe I'll start again.
Wait, you said
second
a
what?
Puberty.
Oh, I thought you
Second
said
puberty.
I thought you said second period.
Yeah, he,
No,
did, he definitely said
puberty.
period.
Puberty.
But no, every kid has measured them. Most kids have measured themselves. But you use a fucking ruler. Why? Like, why are you using? Why are you using a USB? And also, why are you injecting
or a
it?
remote? Yo, don't touch the remote in Phil's house.
Yeah, you just have me mute the TV. I gotta go sanitize myself.
You ever heard of a tape measure?
What if you don't have a really use remote? That's common. That's like a common thing.
The remote?
I've never heard.
Yes,
that
that's
before.
a common thing.
Yo,
okay, fine. What size is your remote right
An
now?
Apple TV
I
remote.
don't know the size of my remote.
Then what's the point of measuring with the
Yeah,
remote then?
Phil's
Should
just
be
like,
like,
I
all
go up
remotes are
to
different.
number
I'm
4.
one remote.
I go up to number 4. That's
Yeah.
that's how big I
I'm
am.
one remote.
I don't know.
I
fam.
mean, but for me, I don't understand how he got it stuck in there because I don't. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense with the measure.
So when I saw
Well, now
the,
that Phil said a remote, it makes it seem more feasible now.
yes.
but when I seen the headline attached with the picture, like you see, they put an X-ray and it was like the USB inside of him. So I don't know if that picture was actually the dude that got it stuck inside of himself.
Do you
But-
think he might have like stuck it up the back way?
So that's what I initially thought when I saw the headline. I was like, oh, he put it up his butt.
Yeah,
But
that would make more sense.
when I actually read further, they were like, no, he was trying to measure his penis. And I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense.
yeah,
Y'all kids got to do better, man.
I think
but also, I don't even know how you'd get something like that open far enough to.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never tried, never want to try. I don't
Not
plan
at
on
all.
trying tonight.
that sound like it'd be painful.
Yeah.
That 100%
Like,
would
I
be.
know-
Did y'all ever got a physical and they did the Q-tip?
No,
No,
and
I've
I'm
never
glad
done
I
that
had.
either.
What? Oh god.
I don't think they do that during physicals, Phil. They
I
usually do that during
think you
STD
had- you had a
checks.
bad doctor
Oh
when you
my
talked about her.
Phil had Larry Nasser. What's going on here? Jesus Christ, that's not funny. I shouldn't have said that. I take that back. I take that
Got to
back.
cut that.
I take that
A
back.
big bleep.
Oh no.
But no, Phil, they usually do that during STD checks, not physicals.
Like
Well, I've gotten an STD check, but I have the Q-tip thing. That shit
Oh,
hurts.
okay.
That
yeah,
shit
that
hurts.
doesn't sound like it'd be a fun time.
Like
She's
I know
like-
people that'll stick stuff up there because they're like it's like a sexual get off for them.
What?
Yeah, I've read. I mean, I heard articles before. There was a guy who used to take what was it? Like those like little bobby pins or something. He would like stick them in there.
What the fuck?
Because they were like a turn on for him, and he had to go to the
Jesus
hospital to
Christ.
get them out because he got like 3 of them stuck in there.
See, every other podcast, Phil calls me a freak, me and Tatiana, but there are way freakier people out
Yeah,
there.
there's a
than
lot of
that.
weird people out there.
I'm definitely not sticking thumbtacks or whatever up my pee hole.
You're doing good.
Thank you.
You're
I
doing good in
appreciate
life.
that.
Thumbtacks.
Oh,
I just heard
sounds
that.
awful.
All right, but we can move on, though.
I won't be cringing about that one all night. I'm gonna have to go home and look at this article.
Yeah.
'cause
Who
I'll be-
added that to the list?
I did.
Oh.
The freak man.
I'm not the freak.
Yo, that's
I was
Zach's new nickname. He gonna be the freak
I
man.
wasn't the one measuring myself.
You're perfect.
All right, get it off your chest. What we
Freak
got?
mamba.
Eric, I'm sure you got plenty of stuff listening in every week. You got anything you got to get off your
Get
chest?
your shit off, E.
Go get off my chest. Whew. I want to hear somebody else go first and let me stock this up.
Phil, you got something?
Nah, man, not this week. The one I had is just a recurring theme now every week
Oh my god.
about.
All right, we
just-
heard it, bro. We heard it.
I know. So it's
About
just-
them not having the stuff on the menu.
Exactly. I feel like since I've said that, it's been more prevalent.
Who?
Just restaurants not having a menu.
They
items.
listening and just like not every time they Phil comes here often.
You think
Let's not have what he
you
likes.
think it's because there might be a global shortage of workers, a global shortage of food?
Wait, guys,
It's
talk,
not a-
both of y'all talking to Mike.
It's not
Sorry.
a global
Yeah.
shortage of workers. There's workers out there. They just don't want to pay people. It's a difference.
Fine, a global shortage of food. How about that?
Some people
About
don't
the
want to go
product?
back to work.
Yeah,
Some
a
people
lot
are
of people
collecting
quitting their
unemployment.
jobs.
It's not a global shortage of food. It's just the way they distribute it is off.
But it is there is a global shortage of food right now. There's a lot of product. I mean, they just put out that crab, like the price of crabs going up because the crab is in limited demand now. You can
Limited
get,
edition crabs.
Yeah.
And chicken it might still be chicken was there was a
Wings.
chicken shortage. Yeah.
Wings. Well, like places like Wingstop change their name to Thigh Stop because they can get thighs, but they can't get wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's these random food items that people just can't get access to right now.
Phil, stop playing with that, bro.
Oh, sorry.
He spun it around the thing. Like,
sorry.
This nigga is a
like he's
child.
never been on a podcast before.
It's usually not right there. I'm sorry.
Just to follow up, if you follow us on Instagram and saw our story, today when I parked at Flanagan's, there was a truck literally parked literally like 2 inches away from my car. Like, I don't know how they didn't hit my car, so I'm kind of impressed that they did that. But at the same time, like, this goes back to last week.
Over the line, too.
If you drive a truck, you are an asshole. Stop it.
Just if you drive a truck.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't matter.
If you drive a truck and don't use it for work purposes. They were at Home Depot, so maybe they use it for home or for work purposes. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But they were all up over the line, 2 inches away from my car. And it took me literally like 10 minutes to back out the spot without scratching either car. But y'all got anything?
So everyone that lives where Eric lives.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina now, so there's like a lot of trucks out there.
Zach hates them all.
Yeah, so
Facts.
Zach hates 90% of people from my hometown.
Oh, that's what I meant too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Zach, yeah. So okay, so let's see. Get off your chest. I got one.
90%. So is that?
There's a lot of trucks in my hometown.
Yeah, but that's
I
like
don't know the full number.
81 people.
Exactly. No, so listen to this. I'll tell this before I get off the mic.
81 of the 90.
So when I went off to college, the demographics in the town for the census was 91 people. I went off to school a few years later. My brother moved to Jacksonville to go to school, and then when they did the next census, the population was 89. We literally made that big of a difference on the population of California, Kentucky.
That is
or
crazy. Nobody
you saw
had a baby
You
while
saw
you
the
were there?
physical drop.
Hey, you know, like that sounds like they get the census pretty accurate.
Yeah, for
That just
real.
means that we
Census
didn't
accurate.
get our stoplight fixed that year because we ran out of tax dollars.
Yeah.
Yo, that's wild.
But so let's see. Might get off the chest. I want people out here to stop spreading misinformation about shit they don't know anything about, like COVID vaccine numbers, all these percentages, people taking horse dewormer because they think that works.
Yeah.
If you're not a medical professional, don't be out here spreading things like you're a medical professional. 'cause
Yeah.
Look at Phil
And
when you say that.
there's
I don't spread
there's misinformation on
misinformation.
both sides of the like
Facts.
partisanship too.
100%, but
So
also, if you don't have a medical background, you probably don't need to be out here posting articles online about what you think you know because you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I can't remember if I brought this up on a pod before, but people that are so worried about being tracked by the government, they kind of drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Like you are being tracked.
100%.
Don't worry about it. Everybody is being tracked. You're not that special to where your government agent is that invested in you. Like people that, and I'm sorry if anybody here does it, but if you cover your camera up with a piece of tape.
Oh man, do that.
You do that?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I had a director that did that though. My last job.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I promise you.
That's not
bro.
bad though. Like I mean, because
I
I
mean,
mean that's
I
not
agree
even
with
the
that.
government.
Well-
Like people can just
Tap into
anybody
your-
can
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah.
You know,
But they're not doing that for
not
the
anybody,
government.
but like
Yeah.
it could be just any. It
They're-
could just be any
They're
person.
doing that more for hackers because people can literally
Yeah.
come in and like record, especially.
Yeah.
And,
Let it happen.
well,
Huh?
hold on.
Why?
Let it happen.
Well, I'm going to say, like me, I don't care. If somebody wants
Yeah.
to see my junk, that's on them because I'm not that impressed with it anyway.
Yeah.
But like for like a female, like if she wants to cover her shit up, I get that because there are perverts out there and there might be wanting to record and put it on the dark web for
Yeah.
other people to see while she's trying to change in her room.
Yeah.
Like me, I don't care. If you want to see, that's your show. I don't care.
Also, I keep my laptop close. I rarely use my laptop
Yeah.
ever.
Same.
Only time I use my laptop now is to watch fights
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
stuff and watch sporting events. But if I did have a computer that I kept open all the time, I probably would cover the camera because one, people hacking your stuff, and then they can just track your movement, so they can start analyzing like your times you're in and out,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
can just plot on you. I'm straight.
Well, like, and again, I work from home every day, so my computer's open the entire time I'm working. But again, I'm not doing anything interesting. I'm making phone calls. I'm doing Zoom meetings. So if you want to listen in or see that, good for you. But also at the same time, people who are so nervous about being tracked, you also have a cell phone in your pocket.
Exactly.
And
that's my biggest thing.
that's kind of like the big argument a few years ago, and everybody started deleting Facebook Messenger off their phones because they found out that Facebook Messenger has access to their photos, their contacts, all this information. But then they kept Instagram and Facebook on their phones. I'm like, it's the same app, and they're tracking the same things, but just because you read one article, you're scared. If they want to find you, they're going to find you. They can track you on your phone. They can track you on your computer.
Everyone has an Alexa now.
Yeah.
Or some type of Amazon thing.
And Big Brother is here.
Anytime you go to a website and they ask you if you want to accept cookies, you're doing that because they're already tracking your data because they're going to share that with other people. That's why you pull up your phone and whatever you were looking at online, talking about with your friend, they got advertisements on your phone for it.
Yeah.
So you're being tracked. We're all being tracked.
Yeah.
Our cars all track you now.
Exactly. Especially if you got something like 2015 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You being tracked.
If you're driving to anything like a Tesla or with like a
if you got a Tesla, forget
Bro,
about it.
can you get your toes out the camera, man?
Oh, my fault.
You're so nasty. You're so gross.
I had to
He's
stretch
out there wiggling them.
My fault, my fault.
You're shaking my microphone over here.
Yeah, like
I'm sorry, I had to stretch out my legs. I'm sorry.
a ruckus.
You would think he's the first time podcaster here,
Right.
not me. So
Man.
Eric has handled himself like a professional,
Thank
and
you.
Phil
Exactly.
just had to
Phil's
get
over here
comfortable.
playing with things.
feels like he has negative experience on a podcast.
I'm sorry, I had to get comfortable, guys. I went out with Eric last night, and I'm hungover. And
Still?
I'm tired. It's not even that I'm hungover, it's I'm tired. Because I just don't go out anymore.
Tell you what, going out really affects you a lot more after you hit 30. I don't know what it is
facts.
about it.
Yeah.
But I used to feel like I could conquer the world. The next day, you feel like you're just trying to get, gasp for energy. You're just
Or
like,
we'd go out to 3 in the morning and be up at 9 chilling.
yeah.
Like, yo, let's go grab some dinner and hang out again and go out again.
Or we're like, hey, we're going to go to gym. You go to gym the next day or you do whatever the next day. And now it's, you go out, you're out till 1 in the morning. You're like, all right, well, I'm blocking off my calendar until at least noon. Because maybe I'll go get some breakfast at noon.
Yeah. All right, we can go to.
Wait, you're blocking off you're blocking off your calendar?
If I go out the night before, yeah, I'm taking it easy the next day. I'm trying to.
Like, so what do you? If it's Saturday, what are you blocking off?
I make calls and stuff on the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was just,
Yeah, I make work.
anytime
sorry.
you make a
No,
plan with
sorry.
anyone,
I make
put
work
it-
calls on Saturdays, so
Okay.
like I'll have to slow down. So
that's funny though. I
But-
just
but
imagine.
like last night was the latest I've stayed out, and God knows how long.
Mhm.
It hurt my body a little bit. But it's
It
okay.
hurt your whole body.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'll be alive.
I'm alright. His voice is shaky. No, but I just imagine like, all right, Phil, dinner with Phil, 7 p.m. is in his calendar.
Kind of. I do that sometimes.
After 30, you definitely use your calendar a lot more.
It makes me feel really important.
It does to an extent. Like,
Especially when you put the address of the restaurant you're going to, you're just like, oh, I got reservations. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
I just like the way I'm like, oh, let me put this on my calendar. Because
Yeah.
I don't want to forget stuff. So that's like my go-to for sure to not forget. Like, all right, if I'm trying to be responsible, I'm like, all right, let me put this on my calendar. So I don't forget.
I put stuff on my calendar to test it out. It pops up. I'm like, oh. Like I just forget and I don't get the notification
Yeah,
or don't see it.
exactly.
No, see, I do 2 alerts. Whenever I have something on my calendar, I do an hour alert before, depending on if I'm traveling. From travel, I do a 2 hour and a 1 hour. But if it's like something important, I'll do a 1 hour and a 30-minute alert.
Smart.
Yeah, my
Yep.
calendar is definitely my lifeline. And having an Apple Watch just makes life that much easier. But we can move on to streaming. Anything y'all been watching this past week?
Clickbait,
Okay.
which just like everybody else in the world, but I'm on, I think, episode 4.
So what is clickbait?
Oh, geez, you're late.
What is clickbait about without giving away too many spoilers?
Oh, you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, Zach?
I said I was gonna watch it
Yeah,
last
we
week
talked
and
about
I
it.
got
I'm
busy.
super far behind. I know. I think everybody else already watched Clickbait at this point, but I'm just now trying to get into it. I mean, honestly, just to preface it, it's about a husband who a video comes out about him, and that he's done some horrible things, and if so many people watch the video, something bad's going to happen to him.
Okay.
So people are trying to get people.
Yeah, all
not to
that's in
wa-
the trailer. It's just
Yeah.
it says that he abuses women, and then if 500
If
and 5 million
5 million
people, yeah.
watch the video, they're going to kill him or something.
That
Yeah.
sounds kind of like Black Mirror.
Kind of, yeah. But it's also something that could easily happen in today's world too.
Yeah, very much so. How many episodes is it?
8, I think. 8 or 10.
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Hour long?
Hour long. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's just one. It's just gonna be. It's just limited series, so it's just this season.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, it was all in all, it was good, but it picks up as it goes.
Another show I just finished was Manifest. I don't know if any of y'all watched any of that, but
So
Brandon was watching
yeah,
it for
Brandon
sure.
had been talking about that for
I
a minute.
watched up and probably through the first season and a half, I think. But yeah, I haven't finished it yet.
that's a good one. And
It's good. It just like it annoys me because it was on network first,
yeah.
and I've had that conversation where
Yeah.
I'm annoyed with some network shows because they just seem like they just drag it on, and like there just be a bunch of
Fillers.
fillers, filler episodes, or like they're taking way too long on one, and like trying to insert drama that doesn't need to be there, doesn't move the story along,
But one thing
so they can
you'll notice is the moment that it goes from network to Netflix, it becomes like a top show on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just because they get pulled off of network TV because nobody's watching them because nobody watches network TV anymore.
Yeah, because commercials.
And then Netflix will buy the right to this mediocre show, and then they can do what they want to. They can add language, violence, and it becomes a show like Black Mirror or like
All American.
All American.
That's
or
where I was gonna go.
I love All American.
Black.
You watch All American?
I haven't
Eric?
seen Black Mirror. All American. I want to see it, but
Don't watch it.
It's
No.
good.
It's not that good.
I like it a lot.
I
but
mean,
that's
it's
just me.
it's entertaining for what it is, but it's not good.
Hey man, the
It's like-
CW low key be putting out good, like some of my favorite
I'm
shows.
not disagreeing with
Because
that.
The Game was one of my favorite shows too.
Yeah. Was that on CW first?
Yeah,
or
that was on
BET?
CW. No, that was on
Okay.
CW first.
Oh yeah, and then it got on BET.
Yeah, the Game used to be my show, bro.
Black Mirror was on network.
no. I was gonna say they take off like shows like Black
okay.
Mirror. Like it's one's Netflix or Hulu, and Hulu's doing it now too. They're putting out more original content, and those are the shows that are actually making headlines because it is more. It's more like a cinematic experience when you're watching it. It's not made for commercials.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can see in those first episodes of Manifest, you can see where it breaks for commercials. Like it'll be a dramatic
Yes.
scene and it breaks.
Right.
And then it picks back up. You're like, well, that was a terrible time lapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Netflix actually just bought the right to do a final season, and they're doing 24 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
Manifest.
So
That's a lot.
that's going to be the wrap-up season.
Got you.
Okay.
How about y'all? What are you watching?
I haven't. This past 2 weeks, I feel like I haven't been watching shit. Even I talk about it all the time. 90 Day. Barely been watching that. It's just been busy at work, bruh. And reffing and all that stuff. So I haven't
Same.
watched shit.
Eagles, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, and football season has picked up too, so that's
as well.
eating up a lot of
That as well.
TV
All I watch
time.
is the Eagles and clips of the Eagles.
Clips of the
Like
Eagles.
I listen.
Well,
Like
you,
I
I mean,
watching,
you said you watched 2 documentaries. Like I've heard the Malcolm X one.
Well,
is
no, I haven't
good.
watched the Malcolm X one yet, and then
Oh,
I
the-
watched the 9/11 one last week.
9/11.
Yeah.
But we did the 9/11 one in like 2 days.
I heard the 9/11 one's good.
It's fire. I'll probably try to get to the Malcolm X one tomorrow, but the Eagles play. So it depends on like how much time in the day I got after their game, and depending on like.
I
any
probably
point.
wouldn't reference Fire and 9/11 together, but
That's a good point. I
You
did that last time.
week, too.
I did that
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
too. Sorry.
Anything else we streaming?
I finally watched Friday Night Lights 10 years later.
The movie?
No, the TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch the TV
Yeah,
show.
I saw it was on Netflix. I'm like, I've always heard good things, so I watched that, and I was on a weird Texas kick for a while. I watched all the episodes of King of the Hill, and then all the episodes of Friday Night Lights.
So you just were in Texas for a little while.
I felt like it, but I was sick about a week or two ago, so I watched a lot of TV over those few days.
Mm-hmm.
You had the vid,
No, I don't know what I had, but I took 2 tests. They both came back negative.
oh wow.
I just thought I was dying.
Maybe you had the new strand and didn't know.
Maybe. Well, nah, they already came back positive.
Yeah.
AJ, I don't know if you heard, but damn, what's that show? It used to be football. I put you on, and the last one was about basketball.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
having the East LA team.
What's it
come
called
out.
again? Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Yeah, they renewed the season, so that will be back. Really wanted another football season, but I'll still be watching.
I've heard that's good too.
Yeah,
Are any of y'all gonna watch Hard Knocks? Because they're gonna do it mid-season now with the Colts.
That
I
seems. I
might.
don't know. It seems weird to do mid-season because
yeah, I feel like that's such a distraction.
not only that, but
Yeah.
like we saw what happened that week already. Like we don't like. It's just gonna seem like it's either gonna be Oh, these are excuses why we lost, or this is
But
the
I
reason
mean,
why we
Hard
won.
Knocks. Have you ever watched Hard Knocks?
No,
AJ?
actually I haven't,
Okay,
so-
so Hard Knocks, it's not really so much about the actual game. Like the game is usually just like the cherry on top. It's more so about the players, the families,
The drama within the
drama.
organization.
So it will be weird that it is mid-season because the most entertaining part, at least for me, about Hard Knocks is seeing these lesser players trying to make the team, getting cut, having those awkward conversations with the coach. No one's really getting cut mid-season, so you're kind of taking away the best part of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And you don't have that Cinderella story player that you're cheering for to make the team because the 53-man roster is already set.
Yeah. Or I mean, you might have the Cinderella story like, oh, he's getting his start or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
if it was
Unless
if it
someone
was like
gets in-
Fitzpatrick gets hurt, and then in the story about Heineke, that'd be
exactly. Well,
kinda
Wentz,
cool.
you know he'll get injured at some point, so the
That's
backup.
facts. No, that's facts.
Yeah, who's the Colts backup?
Kyle Trask, is it?
It might be, but I don't know. It will be interesting, and I will watch because again, the Cowboys preseason shit, I did not want to watch that at all. Sorry, Lindsay, but Colts I will watch to make up for that Cowboys bullshit. But we can move on to music. Tems, AJ's girl, dropped an album. Y'all listened?
Yeah, I mean Phil put that on, I think, right?
Yeah, not yet. I saw it's like an EP, 6,
Yeah.
7 songs.
Yeah.
I
Who is
listen.
this?
It's
Tems.
five songs, I think, and
Tems.
it's 6 on the album, but the last one is like a little video
Yeah.
talking about, or where she's. It's kind of like a, I don't want to say highlight, but like this is me kind of video, which is cool. But it was good. There's a, what is it? A song that has Brent Fraser. Shout out Brandon. Brent Fraser featured on it, and it's I don't like when people are featured. I told you guys that a few like I was like, all right, this is cool because it sounds this is probably the feature that I like the most because it's her sound, like it's her music, and then someone
Yeah.
else is coming on it rather than vice versa. But even still, like I don't know, I don't even know who I would like to see featured with her, like paired up. But it was okay. But the song, I mean, was good, and I think pretty things and then Replay, I think are my 2 favorites right now. There's only 5
Gotcha.
songs, but
Yeah, I probably
Those are
got
lit.
2 songs in because I put it on right before I went to bed, and y'all know I knock out pretty quick, so I didn't make it too far in, and haven't revisited it. But from what I did hear, I did like it,
yeah.
so I'll definitely have to
I'll have
check
to
it out.
Check it out.
What else you been listening to, Phil?
Spit a Drop, matching Rolexes.
Bro, I really wish I could like spit it, but
love
again,
Currency,
he just
bro.
he sounds the same on every song, and I can't do it.
And I
that
love it.
That slow flow, like it
But-
puts me to sleep.
He does have the same sound.
I love it because he's one of the few rappers that most of his raps are all facts.
Yeah.
Like, and you see it, like in his
Like,
life.
what does he
like,
sing?
He just talks about the come up. So he talks about his cars, his actual cars. So he only did like in all his videos, he only uses his own cars.
Yeah.
And he has like over 30 cars now.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get a new car, rap about his cars, rap about low riding, rap about building businesses, which he's doing in New Orleans. Like, he just talk about hustling. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Just hustling, getting money, staying out the way, which is why I like it. It's like,
Like
head
the
down,
very
get to the
first
bag.
time I ever heard Currency was on the Carter 2, and I was like, damn, this nigga kind of nice. And since then, the nigga been butt cheeks to me.
Nah, he can still rap his ass off.
Yeah. That's it though. That's all you've been listening to this week.
Yeah, that was the only thing new. Yeah, I think that was it.
Eric,
Not too crazy.
what you been listening to these days?
Oh,
what are you
well-
trying to put the people on?
Everybody already knows about it, but I've got about another month to keep listening to Certified Lover Boy
Okay.
until I'm burnt out. But a
Okay.
new Drake album comes out, I have to listen to it for at least 2 months.
Really? Oh, it's so bad.
I'm
You
sorry.
think you're a big Drake
I love
Draker?
Drake. Yeah,
I
I
did
think
not.
it's just like the typical white boy that loves hip hop has to love Drake. Like,
Yeah.
like we see ourselves in him, even though we have nothing in common.
I mean, he's half white.
Yeah, well, I guess, but he also has a lot more diamond studs in his ears than I do, which is none. And just so I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I could drive a Rolls Royce and I'm flying my private jet. As I'm sitting in, my 2017 Acura ILX,
Yeah.
just flexing, on the way to work meetings.
Drake got one spin from me, and I haven't went back to the project
Really?
yet. Nope.
So I feel like it's a good album to listen to while you're doing work, like work, not labor or anything like that.
Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean-
listening to it while working out, trash. I don't like listening to it in the car.
Trash.
Yo, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's my favorite time to listen to music.
Yeah,
is when I'm by
exactly.
myself in a car.
Exactly. But when I was actually trying to get some work done, had a busy day,
When you couldn't,
put it on, and I was like, okay.
you're not really paying attention to
Well,
it.
the good thing about it, and again, as much as I love Drake, a lot of his music, especially on this one, they all have the same sound. Like all the songs have a very similar sound, so you don't know where one song stops and one begins. So you can listen to the whole album through, and you're like, oh, that was just one giant hour-and-a-half song.
And that's way too long of a project.
Yeah, it's a very long project, but he's
Well,
also.
I mean, was it longer than Kanye's?
No, Kanye's was
well,
longer.
Kanye just kept putting his off. Like I kind of lost the appeal of his when he just kept putting it off.
Oh, you're saying because it took forever to come out. I thought you were saying
Yeah.
just a long.
So
Well,
album.
if you came out with like less songs more frequently, I think that would give people more hype than if you wait.
See,
I
I'm
don't know.
definitely I'm in the super minority of if it's an artist that I like, I
Yeah.
want a long project.
no,
Yeah, I am too.
because a lot of those tracks are filler tracks.
That's fine.
It depends. I
It
don't
gives me shit
it-
to listen to.
I don't think that any of Kanye's on Donda were filler tracks.
I thought a couple were.
Oh, I guess I mean he had his the one where his mom. I mean Donda chant. Yes, it opens up like that, and then the one where his mom was speaking. It wasn't really music, but it was still like super lit. Like it added to the piece, to the album as a whole.
But
I don't know. It just kind of depends on the artist, really.
But Kanye's long album is also different because the second half is just songs with a different feature
Yeah.
or an added feature. So it's like you really could just
That's not
let.
the second half. That's the whole album.
I mean, like the whole, like
Yeah.
the, you know what I'm saying? Like once you get to the end song, it's
Yeah.
Junior Part 2, Jail Part
Oh,
2.
okay.
It's
Yeah,
three
yeah,
though.
yeah.
It's only 3 part 2s.
Yeah.
But even like the Laugh at Pablo was a long album, and that one was super
Yeah.
lit all the way through. I think it just depends on the artist, really. Like if I don't want to hear Drake do a long album because I'm gonna get the same sound every single time.
But also,
I don't want to hear like who else, like a few other people do long albums because I'm gonna get the same sound. But Frank Ocean, give me 28 songs. Like give Tyler the Creator. I mean, you can. Yes, so I mean, depending on what you want to do or what the artist wants to do. But yes, I can take a longer album from Tyler or from ASAP Rocky. But
somebody like Drake, the only reason he puts out music is so every one of them could be like club music.
yeah,
Like he wants his song played in bars and clubs, and that's all the music is
Yeah.
for. And I mean, we were out there last night. How many times did they play that? Sorry.
Too sexy.
Yeah, Too Sexy song.
Really? How many times did they play?
I think they
wasn't paying
play.
attention.
I know once, Lee. I think it twice. I heard again today when I was sitting at another random bar in Delray. But it's like every bar you go to, they're gonna play this song, and it's just again a bunch of white boys just bopping their heads to it, like, well, yeah, we're too sexy. No, we're not.
Tuesday.
Yeah, this
yeah,
song
like
is
Migos.
whatever.
I 12 Migos songs, and that's all I need
yeah.
because they're gonna sound the same on every single song.
Yeah.
Now, see, me, I need a great 25 to 50-minute album of just, so like, for example, like Nasir was great. I could play that straight through. Daytona, that's 7 songs, all high quality songs. I can let it go straight through. It's 30 minutes. The the Victory Lap, I can play that all the way through, and it's like 50 minutes of just great music. Take you to a vibe. Anything over an hour, I'm like, bro, this shit way too long. Cause I'm not drive. I usually don't drive that long, so I feel like 45 is a good median, especially traveling
Why
in
do you
South
have
Florida.
to finish the album
Yeah.
in your drive?
I just like it, like being able to go through like majority of an album while I'm driving.
Yeah.
It's just a good experience, cause
There are some albums you need to do that too, because if you don't listen to them in chronological order, like it tells a story if you listen to it in order. But
it's Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Good
Yeah.
Kid, Mad City. You know Kendrick's whole discography.
Yeah. But it also takes an hour to get from your place to my place. So
No, it doesn't take me 50 minutes.
okay.
if you drive like Phil, it takes about 30 minutes actually.
It
but
takes me 50 when you drive like me. 45.
Yeah. All right. Any other new music or shit y'all been bumping? Who's your favorite artist? Eric? Is it Drake?
Nah.
Don't say Drake.
Drake.
Jack Harlow?
Uh,
Kentucky?
favorite artist of all time? I'm gonna throw you off. It's Blink 182.
Okay.
It's my favorite band of all time.
She walked away from me.
Yes, very punk scene back in the day. But
You were punking your plaid in the cowboy
punk in my
boots.
plaid, baby. Well, there for a while, I went through all I wore was the famous Stars and Straps shirts, and
Yeah.
in middle school I wore nothing but a Lil Bow Wow's clothing line. I wore a lot of that.
I didn't even know he had
Oh
one.
yeah, I had like the big hockey jerseys because I thought that looks
Okay.
good.
That's cool.
With my bowl cut. But I was a fucking weird kid. But anyway, so no, Blink-182 is the favorite. But honestly, I have a different mood for anything. I'll listen to rap, and then sometimes I'll throw back the country artist. And
Is there anything you won't listen to?
not really. So I'll give everything a listen. There's somebody I might not listen to again. Now, if I don't like somebody's personal beliefs or something they've done, I won't listen to them for that. But
So you don't listen to
Gotcha.
R. Kelly?
I used to love R. Kelly, but I can't listen to him anymore. I feel bad about it.
Damn, that sucks. I separate the music from the artist.
Oh no.
We know
Right.
you do, bro.
What I do makes great music. I told y'all it's the sexual music I kind of try to stay away from. But like, R. Kelly got a lot of cuts that has nothing to do with sex.
I can't think of any R. Kelly songs that have nothing to do with sex.
Step,
Believe I Can
Step in
Fly.
the Name of Love.
Okay, that's.
I Believe I Can Fly.
Okay.
I Wish.
Okay,
I Wish
okay,
Part
okay,
2.
Wait, what's I Wish Part 2? I never heard that.
I Wish. It's like a remix. I
Oh,
Wish.
okay.
And then you have all of the songs that he did with the Isley Brothers. They're about cheating, but it's not like about him.
Wait, it's still pretty sexual though.
But it's with adults because
Yeah.
it's Ronald Isley, and you know what I'm saying. So it's different. It's not like I'm listening to 12 play R. Kelly. Like that's different. I can't play
Yeah.
12 play R. Kelly, but I can
Okay.
play TP2 R. Kelly.
Okay, got you. Fuck.
I just don't want to put money in their pocket by giving them streams or anything. Like
That
it's
nigga's
not-
in jail.
Well, I mean, and again, I'll take it back to like I was talking to a bartender today, and he was telling me something about Bullet Bourbon. He was like, "Yeah, we don't support Bullet at this bar anymore because the founder of Bullet Bourbon was molesting his 6-year-old daughter for
Jesus
years."
Christ.
And this just came out in 2019. I'm like, "Well, Bullet's my favorite bourbon. Looks like I'm not drinking that anymore."
Yeah,
But that's different with music because by you not supporting R.
it's
Kelly,
not different.
I'm gonna
bro.
tell you
It's
how.
not the
same.
same.
If you say you don't support R. Kelly and you don't want to put money in his pockets, you have to go back and research all the music he wrote, which he probably wrote hits for your favorite artists, and stop listening to those songs. So you don't know
Yeah.
like the extent of like it's kills.
But if Eric knew, then he's not gonna support that song, whatever it may be. If he knows a drink has that bourbon in it, he's probably not gonna get that drink. If he doesn't know, obviously he's
Yeah.
not gonna throw it up
Phil's
after the
Phil's
fact.
logic is if I can't know 100%, then I'm not supporting 100%. Then I'm just support 100%.
You know what I'm saying? You could be supporting him without knowing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
If you're
and
not go-
as
but-
long
but
as
the
you don't
point-
know, then you're not
But
wrong.
if you
That
know,
no, because
but
that's not genuine. Because you're not going to do the research.
How's that
to
not
fi-
genuine?
Because you're not going to do the research to figure out everything he did. You're just knowing like, okay, I know for a fact he did this because this is his name on it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going back and look at all the stuff he executive produced, which if you really want to cancel the artist and not support the artist, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Then you half-assing it. If you're not gonna support him, don't half-ass it. Which is my point. Which is why I separate music from like I'm not doing all that. Like I love songs, so it's like okay, this is a great song. This song.
So
Alright,
what he
so-
really just did was like, you guys are wrong for not doing all the work that I know I should do, so I don't support him because I want to do that work and I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna be like, you know what,
So,
whatever.
Phil,
Exactly.
Give
Like,
me three
what?
really popular R. Kelly songs
What
that
the
was executive produced that I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, but I can tell you for a fact. Like we can pull up a list.
All right.
He was like because I know that. Phil, you're hilarious.
Yeah, Phil is the funniest person I know.
You pull it up, that's off my music category. I won't listen to it.
So going back to Blink-182, is there a favorite album that you have of Blink-182?
Not really. I mean, I kind of liked all their stuff growing up. It doesn't really fit like the culture today because they had their time. But
Yeah, I do miss that punk rocks, and we kind of talked about it on an earlier pod, but I definitely do miss that sound, and I wish it would come back.
like I remember when they did their reunion tour, I went to go see them in concert, which was so cool. But
Yeah,
there was a whole generation of like them, All Time Low, Fall Out Boy,
Green
Panic
Day,
at the Disco,
yeah.
Green Bay.
I didn't really like that stuff. It just sound like people whining.
see, but
White people whining on the song.
I feel like that rock was the most digestible type of rock.
What?
Well,
Like
punk
the
rock.
90s, really?
Yeah.
I like 80s rock. I think 80s rock is pretty digestible.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm saying for that time period, because you did have like the screamo, corn, all that type of stuff, which is definitely I can't think of the word. But did you find this list yet, Phil?
No, I'm looking.
but also like that kind of music, that was stuff that was relative as like you growing up too. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's about heartbreak with somebody you had a crush on,
Yeah.
something stupid like that, or like your parents not letting you go out to a party. Those were the kind
Yeah.
of things you're listening to. You're like, I feel this. Like this is fit. This fits me.
Yeah.
And but
He has composer credits on Trap Soul, which is interesting.
What's Traps? Is that Bryson Tiller?
Yes.
Okay.
Go Crazy, like Jeezy. It's like a big one on this list. There's a couple. A lot of stuff I'm not. Like,
that's another album I'm not looking forward to.
So now that
Jeezy's new album.
now
I think
that
it's gonna be trash.
now that Phil knows, he's not gonna do anything
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Phil's doing all this research.
Well, no, I wasn't gonna do nothing about it anyways. I told you I listen to
Right.
music. I don't care what an artist did.
Right, but your take on it is because I know I'm not gonna do all this work. I'm just not gonna care.
So, never mind. I don't even want to open this door. Never mind. We can move on.
Well, you can open the door.
No, it's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
actually, nah. I want to open it now.
Well, I'll do another one. Let's
Open it.
No,
move out of music. House of Cards. Don't watch House of Cards anymore because it puts money in the pocket of somebody who did
Yeah.
horrible things.
Yeah.
I never
Oh,
watched it to start with.
Wait, why? Who's the person you're trying to?
The main guy.
the main
What's his
guy.
name?
What was his name?
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
So his, now that I'm trying to defend him, but his is weird because he didn't know. The guy who made the claim said, "Yeah, I didn't tell him. I lied."
Yeah.
He just happened to hook up with a younger dude
Mm-hmm.
that the guy didn't tell him. He didn't know.
Yeah.
And I think it also was because he was gay and he was keeping that closeted too, that
Yeah.
it was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
So you can go back and watch House of Cards.
Thank you. You brought a show back into my life.
Brought that show back about.
I just think I don't know. For me, it's just hard to I don't know, because I get you can be a shitty person and make good art. So I don't know. And art is for interpretation, and music for me plays an important part of my life. So
Yeah.
I can listen to there's R. Kelly songs like "Step in the Name of Love" that I tie directly to my granny because we grew up stepping to that. Like she taught me to step to that song.
Yeah.
So every time I hear that song, I think of my granny. So I'm not gonna stop listening to that song because he's a rapist. No, because I'm not thinking about what he's doing. I'm thinking about my granny to this song because that holds a sentimental memory for me.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not gonna stop listening.
You
to
don't have no other granny memories?
Nah, my granny was a big stepper. So stepping was
So no, you just said nah.
I mean, I do,
Okay.
but that's a memory that I always go back to because
Yeah.
that was important to her. So that was like our dance with my father moment. You feel
Right.
me? Yeah, you not getting rid of that memory. So sorry, fam, just had to listen to this song, and he gonna get this little change, these little coins, and he's still gonna be in prison. So it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely, as far as the cancel culture spectrum goes, I guess I'm kind of in the middle because I don't think you should cancel people off allegations, and I'm not for that. But when the hard evidence is there and it's like this person for sure did that shit, nah, fam, I'm not supporting that.
Well,
R. Kelly again, one of the greatest artists of all time.
What were we talking about at first? Because Phil said it was different with music. Then what? Then what was the other?
The bourbon.
Oh, okay.
The bourbon, yeah. But okay, let's take it this way. So you can continue.
What
listening
if your granny loved that bourbon, Phil? And then you guys just it could or what if someone's grandma just loved that bourbon? You said it was different music from
Well,
something else.
let's change it up to this. So the music, you can listen to the music, or you can drink the bourbon. That's fine. But say your brother did these things, you still wouldn't be cool with your brother after that. Like you wouldn't have that relationship with your brother if you knew he was out here taking advantage of little kids.
True, but I'm not defending R. Kelly. At no point did I say no. R. Kelly's a monster, and I'm not saying defend him. I'm just saying when you're an artist and art is for interpretation, you can separate. It's not that uncommon to separate the art from the artist because a lot of the artists we revere in history were all shitty people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hell, even the presidents of the country.
That's true too.
Like, let's keep it a buck. A lot of
Yeah.
shit that we trace back is gonna be shitty people.
So I'm not trying to move the goalpost, but it's going to look like I am. A lot of things that we consider to be shitty things to make people shitty people at that time wasn't seen as a bad thing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
when you when you call back, when you go like way back.
yeah, like
Yeah, it depends on who you ask.
laws change over time. Like, there's things that were okay. I want, like, hitting women, obviously in today's day and age is not okay. Honestly, never was okay.
Right.
But it was a thing that happened at one point in time, and it was regular. And that was maybe a shitty example, but you get what I'm saying, right?
No, I get what you're
So what R. Kelly was doing, the shitty thing that he was doing, it was a shitty thing at that time. Like, what he was doing was not okay at the time that he was doing it. So us canceling him for what he was doing, like, it's
Your
justifiable.
example should have been like Kevin Hart making gay jokes or something.
Yeah, like
Still bad,
there's
but at the
words
same
that
time-
people used to say at one point in time. By society got a pass.
Like mental
But-
retardation.
Yeah,
for one.
exactly. But today you're not gonna get away with saying that.
Well,
You get what I'm saying?
I will say
No,
that
but I agree that what he did was shitty though.
Yeah, but it's like, I agree. I know what he did is shitty, but I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna listen to it.
I will say this much though, and this is one thing. This is pretty controversial. People always get mad when I say this. I'm like, but for some reason we can completely cancel R. Kelly and we hate R. Kelly now, but we still give Michael Jackson some kind of a pass.
Yeah,
That's because Michael Jackson got acquitted. All those charges was dropped, and that's a lot of shaky stuff.
yeah,
Michael's case wasn't as clear
yeah.
as
Exactly.
Gail's case.
Exactly.
And I'm not giving up Michael Jackson. I'm not letting Michael Jackson music go. Y'all can cancel him. I'm not.
Yeah.
Mike makes great music.
He
I
does
mean,
so-
R.
so
Kelly does too. Yeah, but
And I'm going to listen to great music. I like great music.
I mean, on Phil's side, kind of like, if an R. Kelly song comes on, I'm not gonna be, oh my god, shut that shit off. But I'm not going out of my way.
I can guarantee if y'all out and Ignition came on, you motherfuckers, this the remix to Ignition. It's hot and fresh out. All of y'all be doing that.
You
And
might
don't
be
lie
right.
and say y'all
I
wouldn't.
will.
Oh, you might be right.
Okay,
But
then.
again,
So-
I actually never did that before though. So probably
again,
not.
I am not
So if
going.
you're going to do that, don't tell me about canceling
I'm
no